Hey, it's MBS here. So you've probably seen some of my videos before, and you know that most of the time my set is the street outside my office there. I'll take my little camera and I'll go for a walk and I'll think about what I want to say and what I want to teach and what I'm reflecting on and kind of bring it to you through the power of video and this great little camera that I use. But occasionally I film on a set. Sometimes I go into a studio and we arrange, furniture and the like. But actually today and tomorrow I'm filming with a client and we've turned my little office into a set. And you're kind of seeing it. You've got the kind of the lights glowing behind me and the posters on the wall. And so we're kind of set to go. Beautifully lit. The sound is okay. I've got my own little fuzzy microphone on. But I thought I'd show you what it looks like behind the scenes here. So it's a bit, here's what you don't quite realize about sets, or at least I never did, which is like just how much stuff goes into it. I've got a camera there, I've got another camera over here, I've got computers, I've got the lighting, I've got this background, which I sometimes use in my webinars, but we're using in a different way. And I really wanted to kind of just show you what's on set. The team who's filming me are doing it remotely, so they're coming in through the computer. It's all quite magical. But I thought I'd just talk about what it takes to put together something that feels and looks compelling on the screen. So you start off by thinking about your set. What have you got around you that speaks to who you are? I spent a bit of time looking at my set and trying to rearrange it. I've got some books down there, but in the end the books didn't make the shot, so I kind of cleaned some of that out. So I've got my bobblehead doll, which somebody gave me as a speaking gift once, which is like basically the coolest speaking gift you can get. A poster that a friend of mine did as a kind of Andy Warhol version of the Coaching Habit book. And then a little photograph from an article that I was in an Australian magazine. And that just kind of spoke to who I am and a bit of personality behind that. But you want to dress your set. You want it to not be too cluttered, not be trying too hard. The second thing you want to be thinking about is lighting. You want to make sure that you are properly illuminated. People can see you. And then the third thing is make sure that you got your sound that works. When you're working on set, you'll often have a microphone taped inside your shirt or inside your collar so you can't see it. Sometimes you have them explicitly, like I've got this little mic on at the moment. But the same thoughtfulness that people bring to how they film a lesson or a webinar or whatever is actually, I think, something that you can bring to how you think about how you show up. It is worth all the time going, what's the set that I'm on? And am I happy with how that is around me? Is it a set that brings out the very best in me and shows me to my best? Have I stepped into the light? Madeline Blanchard actually talked to me about this once when we were together at a conference. And her encouragement was to people, it's like if you're a singer, as she is, you learn to step into the spotlight, claim the spotlight. And for somebody like me, I've got a natural inclination to step into a spotlight. I like spotlights. In fact, for me, I'm actually learning a little bit about what it means to step out of a spotlight. But I'm creating space, or I'm leaving the stage for other people to step into the spotlight. And I think that's an underutilized experience for many people. So part of, I think, claiming ambition for yourself and for the world is to step into the spotlight. And I think the third lesson I take from this is make sure that they can hear you. And actually sometimes that doesn't mean speaking more. It doesn't mean more words. But it does sometimes mean speaking more deliberately, speaking with precision, asking a question. I'm a fan of that. I know when I was in organizations in particular, I'd be struck most by the person who had the ability to get to the heart of things. Not the person who was dominating, not the person who was, using up all the airtime, but it was the person who could make a kind of precision comment or ask a precision question that shifted perspective around the table. Now I know just to acknowledge the obvious, I come from a place of being a straight white man. So we're known for stepping into the spotlight and having our voices heard. But wherever you are and whoever you are, think about these three things. Have I got my set the way I want it to be? Have I got my lighting the way I want it to be? And am I stepping into the spotlight? And thirdly, how's my sound? And can people hear me? And am I speaking in a way that can be heard? I'm MBS. You'll find out more about me at mbs.works. You're awesome and you're doing great.